Hello, welcome to Across the Street to Wooden Park, the podcast where my mother tells me about her childhood and I listen ever so interested in everything she has to say. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Tony. You know what? I actually do believe you're interested. You can go ahead and pretend you're not, but I genuinely believe that you are interested.
I,
I
I,
think yeah, I think you do find it fascinating.
I must be because I carve out an hour a week to sit here and do this show with you.
Oh,
So, out of
you
my
make
very
you
busy
make it.
schedule,
Yeah, I know. You make it seem like it's such a sacrifice.
I got video games to play. Um,
I Go ahead. Yeah, go
so
ahead.
today we're going to do something different and kind of fun this week. We're going to talk about one of your favorite movies. And instead of
D-
just talking about it, I figured we'd watch it, and if people want to watch along, they can watch along, and we can talk about it as we watch it.
okay, that actually sounds like a good idea.
And what's the movie today?
The movie is The Warriors. It's I I tend to say it's a fine film. For me, it's a fine film. For me, it's an excellent film just because it reminds me so much of when I was growing up. Of course, across the street from Wooden Park, all my friends, and it was the style back then, the clothes, the way people talk, the way they would hang out and just have a good time. It just seemed, other than I don't want to spoil it, but I'm sure a lot of people have seen it.
Oh, let's get into it. We can start it up, and people can
Okay,
follow along.
okay,
So
okay,
it's on Netflix now.
yeah,
So we're gonna count down from three, and then everyone can
okay.
hit play. Just search The Warriors, 1979 film. So everyone cue it up, and we're gonna hit play. Are you ready?
Ready?
Three, two, one, play.
Okay.
And we got the mountains, the beautiful Paramount
Yes.
Mountains. Have you ever been to this mountain?
Never been to this mountain.
Is it a real mountain somewhere?
It possibly could be. Oh, and now we have the Ferris wheel.
This is the like iconic shot
Uh,
from this, right? From
yeah, is
Coney
this
Island.
Coney Island?
Yeah, we went to New York. We never went to Coney Island.
I know, and you know what? That's one of the things I want to do. I don't know if it's okay to say my bucket list things to do,
I think that's okay to say.
but I have this like crazy fascination with this movie and
Hmm.
everything that I think it's associated with it.
There it is, the Warriors with the cool spray paint logo. Pretty iconic looking font. How
Um,
come we didn't go down there?
I think because when we went out there, we already had other things that we had planned to do.
Hmm.
So, I mean, there's only so much you can do with a couple of days, when you're out there. We wanted to go to the Rockefeller building and
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. Okay, so
So let's
it's
let's go back to the beginning. When this movie comes out, you're 14 years old.
1979. I was 13.
Okay. Okay. Why? Now this movie I think is rated R, so you shouldn't
Uh,
have seen it.
well, at the time, I didn't know it was rated R. It just seemed like a cool movie to go see. And actually, when I went to see it, I used to attend an after school program. It's called Build, BUILD.
Okay.
And it's a program that was focused on keeping kids off the streets and a program that was geared towards reducing gang violence and gangs in the inner city. So this is one of the activities they took us to do, which was go see this movie.
Okay, so the after school program sponsored by the city to keep the youth out of trouble took
Well, I
them
never.
to see a movie about gangs that kind of glorifies Okay, let's look at
Well,
these gangs first of all.
yeah,
Here we got the purple
but it
guys.
wasn't sponsored by the city. It was sponsored by private donations. Yeah, so now we're
We're meeting the gangs. I'm a little behind you, but
okay.
I'm just now seeing the clowns, the mimes.
I'm seeing the mimes.
Okay, which one?
They were not my coolest ones. Well, of course, the ultimate cool one is the Warriors, right? They're
So
like the
which one of these
coolest.
would you like to have hung out with of these guys?
Um,
Which ones have you
I
dated in your past?
oh geez,
Maybe these guys?
no. Um, I I just think the Warriors are like the ultimate coolest one. Did I ever tell you I got an autograph by this guy here?
I'm the one who got the autograph for you.
Well, I couldn't go, okay, but you
So
got
you
that
can't
autograph.
tell me a story that you didn't experience that I experienced.
I
That's
know.
my
Can I have?
story.
Okay,
At
can
the
you please
comic
share?
convention in Chicago, I got an
See, I
autograph
think
from one
these
of the
guys are
Warriors.
cool. These are the orphans.
I don't think these are the orphans.
Those are the
No, the
orphans.
orphans weren't invited
Oh, that's right, right.
to the
They were
council.
just. Yes,
This one looks
yes.
like that one looks like where my dad would have been with those guys, maybe.
Oh, geez. I don't think so. Your dad probably would have been one of the orphans. I'm just kidding.
So
No,
it's
no, I'm not. Oh, you
so
got the stuff. I want to. You saw what the stuff is, right?
yeah,
Spray paint.
it's this movie it's kind of dark and grimy, but it's also innocent compared to today. Like
Oh, so
here, the
innocent.
stuff is just some spray paint. It's
To
not
tag. Yeah, because they're gonna
heroin
go
or guns. You know,
or
it's
knives or charcoal sticks or nunchucks.
yeah.
Nunchucks.
Um,
And over here they're playing on the train. They're being silly.
so this was the time of New York when graffiti was coming up and becoming like all-time high, and the trains used to be so dirty. You know, they cleaned it up in the '80s. They really cut down on all that. It's kind of got it's got a charm to it. You know, not the cleanest.
Well, I mean, I get where it has a charm, but I mean, if you're going to school or work, see, I think these are the coolest ones. Which ones are these?
I don't know.
The ones that were, did you just see them pass by?
Yeah, I'm watching the
They were
movie
wearing
too.
like Dago shirts.
Is that the one you would have want to hung out with?
Yeah, I think they're like so cool. If not the Warriors, them. I think they were like the coolest.
The Warriors are a little bit of the like ragtag underdog bunch, right? They're all the way from Coney Island, which
Yeah,
is the
and
far from the center. They're not in
right,
Manhattan or Brooklyn. They're kind of far away. They don't even know how to get around the city.
right, and they're actually not. I don't think they're like even bad guys. You know,
Oh yeah, they're just. I mean, uh, I
they're
guess
just a group of guys that hang out together and they're cool.
yeah,
They
but
weren't
they
like,
commit crimes.
yeah, tagging buildings.
They commit other crimes.
They really didn't commit crimes. What kind of crimes did they commit?
Um, Assault,
Think of
sexual assault
to who?
to the lady in the park.
No, she was an undercover officer and she was posing as a prostitute and she egged him on. I'm not saying it's okay, but she's like,
Wow, you've
hey,
gone a long way to defend the fictional characters of the Warriors. Coming from a police officer, this is especially strange.
I just think that, you know,
The man got to him, huh?
so here's where they're all gathering. This is Central Park, correct?
I don't know if this is Central Park necessarily. It's a it's a Central Park. So here we have all the gangs are mixing for the council, and you get to see all the different fashion and stuff.
Now didn't
Go
now
ahead.
didn't you tell me that this is I don't want to say a parody, but a direct reflection of a play that was written.
Yeah, it's an adaptation of the story, the old Greek story, the Odyssey or something, right?
Yeah, that's it.
About
Okay,
Homer's Odyssey, about the warriors who have to find a way home, and
right.
they're caught off. You know, they're trapped by different gangs and factions and stuff. This is kind of a reimagining of that. Oh, that's the gang I would be in with the hats.
Why? Because they're like fedora hats. Is that
No,
supposed to
they
be
were
like
like
these
straw
guys
hats.
scary? These guys
Yeah,
look
those
like
guys.
they're
So
not.
this people looked like this at this time, right? People wore
Yeah,
jackets. They were in their
yeah,
little cliques.
yeah. Can you dig it?
So if I remake the movie, do you know who I get to play this character?
Who?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He'd be a
I don't
great,
think.
great Cyrus.
I don't know. I don't think he's that cool.
So obviously you don't even know who he is because he's probably the
I
coolest person.
do. I do know who he is. Okay, so no, no. Okay, take
He,
that back. He is like super cool, but there's some coolness about this guy,
yeah,
Tony.
but The Rock can
It this.
captivate an audience like
Yeah, but
this guy
that's not
does.
even. Well, that's true. But this guy has a different coolness about him.
I know that
He's
it'll
not,
be different.
he's not a big buff guy. Okay, to be honest, he's kind of like on the scrawny side, but he still commands this greatness. You know?
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's my second choice. His name's Cyrus. Let's continue with that. How about Miley Cyrus?
Oh God, did you have to really go there with that?
I think that could actually work.
Are you
You,
talking about the girl, Miley Cyrus?
yeah, why not? She's
How can you?
charismatic. She's got fashion sense. She's small, but she could control an audience. I think that works.
She also does that twerk thing, and that's not cool.
See,
This is
you know.
serious business here. This is serious business here. This has a realness. Okay,
So
look.
when you were young, do you remember people wearing outfits like this? And
Oh yeah, yeah.
were they in gangs or cliques or something?
I don't. I really don't think people were trying to be in cliques. Well, you know, we have all these different gangs here and factions and colors
Hmm.
and so on. But I mean, this was more of, obviously this film is more of an entertainment. What we have here is real, you know.
Yeah, this is kind of
Yeah, like you would say,
make
romanticizing.
yeah romanticizing um in a time when wow, what a cool jacket. I wish I had a jacket like that. But growing up, I couldn't just wear any jacket because a certain color would denote the wrong thing.
And it still does today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as visible.
Well, what do you think of these police cars?
Aren't they crazy? They look like submarines.
Can you imagine driving those with
No.
I mean, but when you saw, there was also a time when, correct me if I'm wrong, but like there were kind of more innocent gangs back in the day, like kind of just cliques, like
Well,
you your neighborhood
but
colors or something.
like with gangs, like you always had your hardcore gangs, which were like, I think your Italian gangs, or here in Chicago, that's like real gangs. And then I guess they slowly faded, or maybe I don't know. And then we have, of course, now we have all different kind of nationalities.
A true melting pot of gangs.
To represent Chicago, yeah, you have
Yeah,
to. Um,
it must have been
I
really difficult to get all these guys. How many do you think these are? A lot of actors or a lot of extras?
I think these are mainly extras.
They got them to like behave really well. That's tough to 1,000 young
Well,
guys.
no. I think if you're gonna get a part in a starting film like this,
Well, how much could they have
you
gotten for this if they're extras?
probably breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe I don't know, $50 stipend or something. I don't know.
I think $50 too high. I bet they get like $20.
Yeah, you're right.
So because this film was it wasn't a big hit
Mm,
initially when
well,
it came out.
well, you know what? I don't remember that.
Hmm.
But it's weird because I've always had the movie, the VHS or or the DVD, which I still have, and I actually got it again 2 years ago for Christmas, because at work we did a grab bag gift,
Oh, there's
and
the
we wrote
moment.
down.
And this is where everything goes bad. He was trying to unite the gangs.
Yeah, he was telling them how foolish it is to fight for turf,
Hmm.
instead of coming together. Um, and
Now here's the scramble. Everyone's getting out of there. Yeah, the rogues just wanted to create chaos. Now, would police move into a big crowd like that?
um,
I saw like 20
I don't,
cops, and there seems to be like
I don't
2,000 gang.
necessarily think so. I don't necessarily think so,
Isn't it more
unless
of
it's,
a hang back and call for backup? And
yeah, because you're gonna need more. You're definitely gonna need more officers. You need, of course, the horses and the
Mhm.
motorcycles and the bikes and all that. But it's a movie,
Yeah.
so
So this movie cost $4 million to make. I just looked it up,
really, that's a lot of money for that day.
and it took in at the theaters 22.5 million.
Whoa,
That's pretty good.
that's very good.
So, which
I mean,
includes your how much was your ticket back then?
wow, I think it was either 90 cents or $1.25 or something like that. I mean, I remember going to see this, and I remember going to see like Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 90 cents to go see.
This sounds like a fun after school program. And then
No,
next week a French erotic film
no,
for foreign
we,
Fridays or something.
no, no, we went to see, no, that was just us, I think with my aunt and my sister, we went to see that one. And that was like, see, the Warriors we saw in downtown, and I think we saw that in one of those, not the Chicago theater, but there was another one that got knocked, they demolitioned. But like Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke, I think we saw that one at the Logan Theater, which is like, more like a community theater as opposed to downtown.
Mm-hmm.
So this one was actually shown in downtown.
And
So here they,
so this was a movie that was it you who brought this to my attention? This movie,
I
the,
did,
I started watching it what 15 years ago or so.
yeah, or probably
Um,
sooner than that, because I always thought it was a great movie.
so what's great about it is that this isn't the movie I would have expected for, maybe most people don't expect to be your favorite, one of your favorite movies is The Warriors. I mean, this is up there with Serendipity
Because
for you and Sleepless in Seattle.
yeah, but see, this reminds me so much of Greenview, of where I grew up,
Hmm.
across the street from the park. Um, just because the clothes, the music, um, all of that was during that time,
Hmm.
and like I said, I was happy. I had fun. So all of that comes back to Greenview.
Hmm.
The mid 70s, early 70s. It's a movie about gangs, street gangs. It's about this group of guys who's trying to get back home after they witness, um, who Cyrus, who's their head. What is he? Their head.
He's the head of the biggest gang.
Yeah. So everybody's trying to run, but not until after a while they realize that they're being blamed for this.
Hmm.
So it's like a struggle for them, to the whole night to
It's a relatable story, is what you're saying.
yeah, yeah. Well, no, not necessarily, Tony. I mean, and it's, what, I remember growing up playing on the street all the time, and it was night. It was night,
Hmm.
and it was normal, and it was okay. I remember we would go in and sometimes we'd turn on the TV, and back then you knew it was late when they would sing, they would show the American flag on TV, or they'd say,
And when the
and
broadcast was over at like midnight, right?
right, and they say, "Do you know where your kids are?" You know, or maybe there wasn't anything on TV, and you would get those squiggly lines.
Yeah.
You know that was late, and that's the time sometimes when we would go inside the house from being outside playing.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
guys are
so
little warriors out there running around
um,
in your leather vest. What
yeah,
about
I
the
never. Yeah, go ahead.
what about the way they talk? Is that what people sounded like? That kind of slang?
Yeah, they did. I think they did. I think this film does a really good depiction of that time.
I like the way the gang has a mix of guys. You got like the quiet leader, the hothead who's running his mouth. You got some white guys. You got some black guys. You got
You got a couple Latinos.
Rembrandt here, who's a little feminine, right?
I don't know if he's a little feminine. What makes him so feminine?
He
See,
talks a
I don't
little
like
bit.
that they're tagging a grave. That's not cool.
Well, they're tagging on top of another gang's tag,
Oh, okay, I
which
missed
in
that then.
graffiti culture is a big diss
Yes,
if you cover
yes.
someone else's paint with your paint. So they're getting what's this gang called?
These are
They're not the Gramercy Riffs, right?
they are the riffs.
These are the Riffs.
These are the riffs. This is like
Top
the
gang.
biggest. Yeah, yeah,
This is also the time when like black kung fu was really big, right?
yeah.
And here you got all these brothers in the kind of kimono
See,
thing going.
and this reminded me also, like, that's why I was so into nunchucks. Not that I know how to use them, and I even made a pair which didn't result so well. But
Yeah, there was this. Why did that happen? Why did black
well, Bruce
people?
Lee was real big,
He
you
was
know.
big for everybody, but something about in the black community, kung fu became really big. Like guys were learning kung fu and were learning it on
Everybody
the
was
street.
learning kung fu. Yeah. Did I tell you Julie gave me a pair of nunchucks for Christmas from the dollar store?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they were
Did you
they're
hurt
plastic.
yourself? No, it's better
Almost.
for your safety.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, there's some, I think, and it's also visually interesting, right? To see a black
But
guy
they
in a
are they are
kimono, it
wearing
looks cool.
kimonos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a
This
kimono.
this
That's
look.
I should know this because
You and Yoko brought me a kimono
yeah,
from Japan.
that's not a kimono. I don't know what that is, but
The
um,
one you guys brought me.
oh, do you know who this lady is?
She's from Carmen San Diego. That
Yeah,
show.
she's the detective. That's who I grew up watching Carmen San Diego, and when I first saw this movie, I was so surprised. I think she died recently.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
May she rest in peace.
Yeah, so yeah, this has everything. This has the music of the time, the radio, spreading the message of.
Could you imagine if they would have had cell phones at the time? Oh my goodness.
So it would have been
Not even pagers, a
it
cell
would have
phone.
been a hashtag Find the Warriors. That's how they would.
Yeah.
That's how the message would have spread. Okay, so in our remake, do we bring it up to time and have the gangs with cell phones?
You have to.
Maybe someone takes
These
a.
are the orphans, right?
No, the orphans are clueless to everything so far. They're not in the know.
These guys look so grimy and dirty.
That
These
looks
don't
like
look. Yeah, they don't look
that
cool
looks
at
like a
all.
young Lawrence Fishburne. Um, so in our remake, we have cell phones, we have Twitter, hashtag find the warriors. There's going to be selfies. Um, they could buy their train tickets on their phone. Oh, here's the most iconic gang from this movie, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
I
These
mean,
are
people still dress up as these characters for Halloween, the Baseball Furies.
yeah.
I think the first time I remember seeing this movie when I was really, really, really young, like 7. I saw it a little bit as someone else was watching, and that this was just too scary for me. Those baseball characters. To me, I
Well,
thought
they
this
are
was like a
scary.
horror movie.
Now, do you guys remember that you and Julie took me to go see this for my birthday one year?
Yeah, we went to a
And I
midnight
think,
screening
yeah,
at
and I think
the
this,
Music Box in
yeah,
Chicago.
and I think, was this like maybe like 8 years ago or something?
It has to be 6 or 7, yeah, 7 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it was cool. First, we went to eat sushi at a Japanese restaurant, and after that, we went to see the movie. And of course, the one thing that bugged me the most from the get-go was when they were tapping the glass bottles. That's how people, the first thing they say is that when you mention the Warriors.
it's because
You
it's
know,
an iconic scene.
it's an iconic, but there's more to it than just Warriors come out and play, you know. Now, was that Sean Penn?
It
That looked
looks
like
like
Sean
it,
Penn.
but it's not him.
It's not him, right?
I always think it's him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we saw this at the Midnight Shrine at the Music Box, which it was fun, but seeing the movie on the big screen really brings out some of the kind of faults of the movie. Like you could kind of see the imperfections a little more and how goofy it is a little.
But that's what made it so much fun, don't you think?
Well, I think it's just a kick butt movie, like a cool movie, but then it's also a little campy.
Did so you got a sense that it was more like a little like dorky sorta?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Really?
Hmm. But
I just
at
think
some scenes just look bad. And there's times when they had to make big changes in the movie and you can tell. The actors leave the movie in the middle of the movie and they had to like kill them in the story because suddenly they lost those
but
characters.
that happens. I mean, you can't stop the film because that happened, right?
That doesn't really happen. Actors usually don't leave movies in the middle of movies.
But if something's gonna happen to a character, they have to find a way to eliminate him.
Not the character dies, the actor left the movie.
Right. The actor left the movie, so they had to kill him, right?
Yeah. So it just looks so
So
bad. We'll see it.
so whatever unknown reason it happened, it happened. You know, whether they choose to get rid of the actor in the beginning, middle, or towards the end.
See, in our new movie, they'll already have bus cards. They'll have venture cards. And
Yeah, but see, these don't look like venture type of guys. These are definitely turnstile jumpers. Okay, there's no way I can see these guys taking a minute to put money in their venture cards and get in line to put their card in the little slot one by one.
I think this is the Turnball ACs who are chasing them.
Yeah, this is like to me, it's like the scariest scene because you got to run super fast. This is crazy. How do they not catch up to them? And how do they not throw that 2x4 at them? Can they not aim well?
You can't throw a head so hard, so fast.
That was a two. Look at that 2x4.
Yeah, you can't throw it ahead.
Yes, you
Oh, and
can.
here's where they commit a crime.
I had
Not
a two by
paying.
four. I had a 2x4 swung at me once. Okay,
Oh,
luckily I
if they don't
didn't.
catch this train, they're dead. Oh, that worker
Oh,
is just
these
terrified. Get on the train. Get on the train.
but don't you think these workers know
Oh, look
this?
out.
Oh man, that's crazy. Whoa, close it, close it, close it, close it, close it. They're gone. See, that's scary. For all these guys to just show up there and
That's a good scene. Well, that's
it's
good movie
probably
making.
to me it's like one of the best scenes. That scene is one of the best scenes. What do you think?
Yeah, it's captivating. So who would be in our current Warriors movie? Who would we cast? James
Um,
Franco, Seth Rogen,
um, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Be
He
a little
could
old.
be. He could be Cyrus. He's Cyrus
He
material.
would be the worst Cyrus.
He would. He totally would be a cool Cyrus.
He's the least emotive actor around. He would be a horrible
Tony.
Cyrus.
Tony. He would be like the coolest Cyrus.
He's like, whoa, why do we fight for turf, man? Can you dig it? Whoa, what if we unite? Whoa, I don't think that translates, Mom. I think you're wrong.
You don't think he would have that meanness in him?
Okay, so here a
That
gang up ahead
aggressiveness?
caused a fire at the station to slow them down. This is smart.
This is, yeah.
It's a
You know,
big game.
Keanu Reeves just turned 50 a couple of days ago.
I didn't know. Thanks for keeping me up to date on that.
Yep, he just turned 50.
Yeah, he doesn't
So,
sound any different than when he was 20 and did Bill and Ted's.
okay, so basically you're saying he wouldn't be able to play this coolness because
He's
you
a cool
remember too
guy, but he's
much.
not captivating or he doesn't
It
emote.
is. He would be like a totally cool.
Here's Mom
You know, I'm so
working at the
sad.
store. That would be you.
Who?
Can I
That would
help
be me.
you? That'll be $3. Do you need a bag?
I'll be like, I don't think I would be that nice, Tony.
Whoever this guy is who's the fake Sean Penn, he did a lot with his time.
He was one ugly dude. Is he like passing out the candy?
See how dorky of a scene that is? They didn't go in and get 40s of beer. He went and got some bubble gum and now he's sharing with his friends.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that candy bar.
See, it's just candy bars.
Well, see, that shows you the time. People weren't about taking cigarettes, smokes or beer or they were cool with a candy bar, or, Bubblicious or whatever. Oh man, what did he just do to him in the face?
I just pulled his ear.
What a dork.
That's the thing. He's all about chaos. He just wants to see the trouble.
What about the money?
For what?
Well, she wasn't gonna let him go without paying, so I think he got
That's coming out
upset.
of her register now. Here's the
Yeah.
orphans.
Oh, they weren't invited.
I made them.
They
I
they
think
look
they
so
made
home.
us.
They look so homely, don't they?
Real low class. A lot of them.
They look kind of scrawny. They look scared hiding up there.
So a couple times the Warriors has resurfaced in pop culture because it's been always really popular in subculture. This was a cult classic movie. I
Yeah.
remember P. Diddy in a music video a long time ago did the bottles thing with the glass
Okay.
bottles in a music video.
Okay.
That was like, oh my gosh, that was a long time ago now. That was like 15 or 20 years. I remember in the late 90s or early 2000s, a clothing company put out Warriors branded clothing,
Okay.
like a hip hop clothing company put out.
You got a cool skateboard.
Oh yeah, I got a skateboard with the Warriors on it from Zoo York.
Yeah, that's mine.
It's not
Mio, mio,
yours.
mio, 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 mio.
It's not yours. What are you talking about? And
Cause,
they made a video game like 12 years ago that no one asked for, but I was appreciative to get.
you know what? And they made that video game because they saw something, don't you think?
They were fans. They couldn't have seen anything
They're
because,
fans. They're fans like I am.
yeah, but that's a big risk because nobody knows who the Warriors are. That's like
Because we got to put him out there.
Okay.
They need to be they
This guy
like
looks like David Schwimmer
yeah,
from
yes,
Friends. He looks like Ross. He's a
yeah,
great
that's unfor.
choice for uh,
Yes, he was.
for an orphan.
Oh my God, he does look like Ross. He looks like a grimy Ross.
Well, he's an orphan. He doesn't have a home. There's nowhere to take a shower. What do you think of the hair in this movie? There's a lot of different hair.
I
How
love the
about this
hair
one? Is this
because
my one of my uncles or something?
no, I love the hair because people wore what they wanted. You see this? How great is this? People are not trying to look the same. They had a sense of uniqueness. It's like that. I don't know if
Except
you
they're
ever
all
saw.
wearing the same um,
Well, because
colors
that's
together.
they're wearing their colors, but they still have their own style. You know, it's like there's this song that I like. It's from Malo. It's called Suavecito. Um, and that's I think is Santana's brother in real life. And if you see this video, this music video, it's an exact reflection of this movie. You know, how they have all kind of members in their band.
Mm-hmm.
They're white, they're African American, they're Latino, and their hair and their style is so unique, you know? And I get really excited when I talk about the Warriors. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah. Who's this? Okay, so did you know anyone like this girl growing up?
Oh yeah.
Who was
I
she
think
like?
everybody knows I think everybody knows somebody like her.
Who would we cast?
Um Miley Cyrus. I'm
How
just
about
kidding.
what's her
Well, she
name?
probably tweaks like I shouldn't be talking about her.
What's the name of
I don't know anything about her.
who's that actress? Oh my gosh, from like
Which one was
Forgetting Sarah Marshall and that '70s show.
her? Why? Because she has dark hair? You
Yeah.
know, they had a sitcom after this. She came out in Too Close for Comfort, and her character was completely opposite of what she played on this movie.
Well, that's because she's an actor and she can do different characters and play different roles. So that's what a lot of these people in movies could do, be different people.
Wow, Tony.
Mila Kunis
Yeah.
should be a good this character. Yeah, because she's pretty but feisty and can annoy you, I think. Although,
Oh,
like, is
wow.
she very pretty?
Her?
Yeah.
Well, she cleans up pretty well. I mean,
Okay.
like I said, yeah, I mean, over here they try to make her look like a hussy. Not necessarily a hussy, but, you know, poor.
Yeah,
Well,
homely.
we were poor, yeah, but we were poor and we didn't look like that, so I take
Well,
that back.
she's an around the way girl.
Yeah. Well, she's a fighter, you know?
So, Mom, we got to make a decision. We're coming up on 30 minutes. Are we going to make this a three-parter, a two-parter?
I think we can make this a three-parter.
So,
A trilogy.
our own Warriors
Uh,
trilogy. So,
and did we agree that we're gonna cast Keanu Reeves as Cyrus?
no, we didn't. That we did not agree on. We'll have to
Well,
further
maybe we
discussion
could.
for this point.
I think he would make an excellent Cyrus. He's got this coolness about him.
So I think we should
As you, but you, can you see that I'm not asking for what's his name, the one with the glasses that I like so much.
Jeff
The
Goldblum.
one, yes, yes, because he's already. I think he's older
He
already.
would be a great leader of the Gramercy Riffs, leading,
Yes, yes, he would. There you go. I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
or you can make him the radio DJ.
No, he
Okay,
does not have that
leader of the
coolness. Yes.
Riffs.
Yeah,
Okay,
leader of the Rivs.
we're gonna when this scene ends, we'll pause it
Okay.
and we'll call it for today.
Okay.
But not yet.
So,
When the scene ends, when
but
they
when does the
lose the
scene end?
orphans. How about when the fire hits the car?
Okay.
Spoilers.
Now, why is there a fire that's gonna hit the car?
Doesn't somebody make a car explode?
Yeah, I know, but I want you to explain it or talk about it.
I don't have any more insight to that fact. It's
Yes, you do.
I don't remember. Someone lights a car on fire.
Yeah, they create
So if the
what do you
Warriors
call
would have
this?
came through your neighborhood, you would have followed them like this because you were so into them. Where's little Veronica?
Probably. Well, my nickname was Ronnie. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's horrible. See, that's scary. That's not cool.
Yeah, they're not the nicest guys.
Well, she's been a spy, not a spy, but like what would you call her?
Well, yeah, they
She's
gotta
a
be
lookout.
careful. Yeah.
Yeah, she's being a lookout. So
Yeah, this is some corny dialogue, Mom. It doesn't hold up.
that's some crazy makeup she has going there. They could at least cleaned her up a little.
If
She
Ryan Go-
didn't.
if
She
Ryan Gosling was a little bigger, he could be this leader guy. He plays the kind of.
who's Ryan Gosling?
I don't think you've ever seen anything he's in. Oh, they're in trouble.
Oh, they're the orphans. Oh, there goes what's his name?
Got his switchblade. Is that a switchblade or
Oof.
that's a barber's?
That that is a switchblade.
No. A switchblade is a knife that pops out, right?
There is.
No, that's like a
Oh, that's
shaver,
a
a
muscle
razor.
tough. That's a muscle tough they made right there.
Uh-huh.
Muscle tough.
Okay, so when it hits the car, we'll pause it.
We'll pause. Okay, pause.
Psh. And we
Okay.
stopped it with 53 minutes, 24 seconds left to go on the Netflix count, or
Yes, got that.
thereabouts. So this concludes
Wow.
our episode 1 of our 3-part trilogy, our
Yeah.
Warriors movie
This was
dissection.
cool. This was cool. I think you know what I need to be sharing more with you, but I'm so into the movie that I feel like I'm not talking with you as much. So you need to like pull me back and say, okay, let's get back to this.
Okay, we're still
But
doing the show right now.
okay, yes, we are.
And
Okay.
we didn't say bye to
Yeah.
the audience.
Okay. Well, we need to say bye then. Yeah. I hope they're enjoying it as much as we are, or at least I am,
Mm-hmm.
because this is like an all-time favorite movie of mine. It's like it has this amazing coolness, you know.
There you
So, well,
go.
you know.
Yeah, Amazing Coolness, all-time favorite. You like it a lot.
Yes,
So,
I
so
do.
hopefully Netflix doesn't take the movie off and it'll be here next week and people could pick up where
And
they
this
left off.
amazing coolness, yeah.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for listening. Join us here again across the street to woodenpark.com. Now a part of the Say What Radio Network, saywhatradio.com.
With that,
Goodbye.
we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.